What if creativity wasn't just about expression, but about impact, strategy, and legacy? My guest today is Jay Chukwuemeka.
But if you've tasted poverty and you know that money is here today, money can be gone tomorrow, you won't be frivolous now. Come on.
Serial entrepreneur, creative strategist, and partner at Imaginarium Marketing Communication.
I would say I'm more of a partnership advocate than a creative advocate.
Okay.
I know you
That's
have
nice.
you have me seated here talking about creative.
Yeah, because that's what we know you for. With over 2 decades in marketing across Africa and a career that blends creativity with commerce.
Don't want our kids to go through what we went through. Forgetting that what we went through is what
built us
to who we are today.
Jay is one of the sharpest minds shaping brand narratives today, from award-winning campaigns to guiding innovation through storytelling. Jay shows us that creativity isn't soft, it's a serious business lesson. Hi, Jay.
Hi.
Nice to have you here.
Been a minute.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Are you?
I'm not.
Right. This show is going to be long. But see, you guys are going to have fun. Trust me.
How's the family?
We're good.
How's Yinka?
He's trying.
Good.
He's trying to take care of him.
Yeah. You guys keep inspiring us.
Oh,
right?
thank you.
Especially
You're
with
so
the kids.
nice. You're so nice. How are the kids?
They're good.
Fantastic.
They're accommodating me.
A lot of us are. But yeah. Okay, so let's go straight into this. I'm very curious. I want to talk about how a lot of things started for you. The spark, creative instincts, your origin story. So let's start with, what made you first curious about storytelling or creative problem solving?
We're going to be here for a long while. Okay, so firstly, my story isn't the norm.
Okay.
So immediately after secondary school, I literally wasn't doing anything, and I got a call from a friend, Tunji, I think, and he was like, "Come, he wants to do animation." I used to sketch. In my family, we're all talented in terms of being artistic.
Yeah.
So he had reached out to me that let's do an animation. The animation then was meant to be for Shongo.
In secondary school?
Just after secondary school.
Okay.
I was writing jam and all. So yeah, started off on that. We went, a group of us, like 6 of us, started that project with Busola Holloway, late Busola Holloway, who had image promotion. I was, I think at that time, 17 or 18.
Okay.
Wasn't in school yet, still writing jam. So there were Tunji Oyewo, Wale Oyewo, Bola Jalausa, Ibrahim Ganiu. Trying to remember, there was Ola Oluwu as well. And we started trying to our hands on 2D animation. All of us young guys, Busola brought us, opened his office to us and took a gamble with us. We couldn't hack it a year after because we were drawing frame by frame. Not with then, there wasn't any technology
Literally
like that.
drawing.
Frame by frame.
On paper?
On paper.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, on very light paper, right, with light boxes and all. So I'll be the one to fill in the one of the guys to fill in between the frames.
Yeah.
Ibrahim Ganiu was like the lead. He would sketch the beginning and the end. Then we had guys that would fill in between, which I was amongst. And before you know it, Lagbaja comes in, the musician.
Same
says,
Lagbaja?
yes.
Okay.
Says, oh, he wants to do a musical video. And Busola Holloway convinced him that, oh, come on, let's do it as animation. That was the Surulere video that year. We were on that project for 2 more years, I think.
2 years.
Yes. And finally, we were like, you know what? Let us, no, for a year. For a year. And finally, Busola was like, you know what? Let's mix live shots. And Lagbaja himself now said, let's mix live shots with, instead of having full animation. But however, that was pretty much the first 2D animated a video.
That you did.
Yes, no. That's indigenous in Nigeria. Done by young guys under the direction of Busola Holloway.
Wow.
After that, I got admission to read meta maths in Ife.
Oh.
But I didn't have chemistry. So you know the whole thing of, you go to school and do change of course and everything.
Oh, right.
It
Okay,
didn't
okay.
work. I tried. After one semester, I couldn't switch. And all
Oh,
to
so you
mathematics.
were locked on what course did you going for?
Meta maths, metallurgical and materials engineering.
Okay.
And you needed chemistry for that. I didn't have chemistry.
Okay.
Right? So at the end of the day, I pulled out after a semester and I went back to work. Right?
Went back to doing animation with the same
yes,
animation studio.
Yes.
Okay.
I just went back because again, there's this thing. I already
How did your parents deal with that?
I'll say my parents, maybe they had foresight.
Because what?
Because again, I look at everything I have. I look at my trajectory, and it's funny because one, they did allow me to do a lot. They gave me that independence to choose, which is something great. Let's I digress. Went back, started working with Busola Holloway. Started doing production, co-production, and from production, got admission into Unilag, right? And
This was how long after you left?
this was like another year after I left Ife. I got admission into Unilag. Yeah.
Okay.
So Unilag, it was part-time. At that point in time, myself, Bola Oyewo, Tunji Oyewo, and Oji Thomas decided to start up a first hot shop studio called Acumen.
Acumen.
Yes, Acumen. We were all students of Busola Holloway, pretty much. So we set up Acumen on the side, left Busola Holloway, and I just couldn't still keep up with school because I was working and schooling at the same time.
And it's funny, I dropped out in my part 3. So, I dropped out in my part 3 and
Course this time around.
business administration.
Oh, okay. So you had switched to social science.
Social sciences, exactly.
Okay.
So I dropped out. But in the course of my working, and I didn't work I started a company, as in I only worked once as a staff, or twice as a staff, because I still did a stint at Jungle Filmworks, which was owned by Jay Chukwuemeka. These guys are like the people I looked up to in terms of how they lived their lives at home and at work. And these guys were hard workers.
Okay.
Very hard workers. And they influenced me a whole lot, which is why honorary mentioned Lloyd Weaver as well. 3 of them actually influenced who I am today. So I've always worked from like management level because I had to run.
You had to run your own thing.
Yeah, so Spark, what was the Spark? I just enjoyed it at that point in time. It was, remember I said I was artistic, so it wasn't like me working.
So you've always told stories. You told stories with
From
your
my
drawings.
drawing, used to do comics back in secondary school. I've always...
And because you've always done that, so it's pretty much default to say, oh, this was when I really got interested.
No. Because my whole thinking, again, one of the things that shaped my thinking was about this whole Nigerian dream, right? I always used to look at the American dream, that people go to America, my friends would tell me, you go to America, you have to school, you have to work, right? Nobody just goes to school, and you school and you go to
There's
work.
no free food.
There's no free food. So I said, why do I need to go to America to do all that now? I might as well do it in Nigeria. So I'm working and schooling. But at the end of the day, let's say there was a level of pride because I did make good money for my age.
You started making money early.
I started making money
And
early.
good money.
Yes, good money. I mean, Solo paid us 25,000 naira a week
At 17.
Yes, for animation. When we're on the animation
So
project.
give us a context. What was 25,000 naira like then?
No, let me explain. I'm 43 now. So I'm talking about 25 years ago. I
Wow.
was earning 25,000 a week.
Wow. That's 100,000 a month.
Yes.
25 years when Nigeria was still good. But they used to tell us that's sports. But when Nigeria was still good.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So, and he was strict. He was very, very strict the way he treated us. I mean, I would trek. Before I started earning that 25,000 naira a week.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. The first year when we were learning how to do the animation, we were not paid a dime for a year. It was passion,
Right.
and you must get to the office 8 o'clock and close normal time. So for 1 year, he
For
trained
1
us.
year.
Yes, and then
Free internship.
yes, and
So you
then
had to
1
put
year.
yourself to work.
Yes,
So at the time you started earning this, so you started earning this at 18.
yes, 19 years.
How did you stay grounded? How did you get, young guy making money?
I've suffered initially. Remember, he trained us for a year. I'd worked for him without earning a dime. Without
Yeah,
some
but you
days.
have money now.
No,
It didn't
this
get
is
into your head.
no. Again, if you ever work hard to get money, if you ever suffer to get money, you can't be frivolous. The problem we have today is that yes, you can't. You won't be. Let
I
me put
don't
it
think
this
that
way.
holds true.
No. It does really. If you really worked hard, if you've tasted it, there's certain things. If you've tasted poverty, right? Yes, I'm not saying you won't indulge, but if you've tasted poverty and you know that money is here today, money can be
It can
gone
be
tomorrow.
gone tomorrow.
You
Okay.
won't be frivolous now. Come on, you won't be.
So that's training itself. You would say grounded.
This is the hardcore training, especially my upbringing anyway, and what Busola trained us, right? Because Busola too was what you call a privileged kid. Busola Holloway. His dad was Olu Holloway. I mean, you have a street named after his dad, right? Or in Nikori. So again, Busola didn't take any chances with us. He was pretty much like, as in the father we could
How
say.
did he find you there? Where did he gather this?
Somebody
17-year-old boy.
went to meet him and said, "Oh, I have a group of boys that want to do animation and all." And he was like, "Okay, let me see them."
Where was the office?
Onike Iwaya,
And where were you living?
Mende, Maryland. Sometimes I would trek to the office.
What?
Yes.
And you will still get to the office before
8 o'clock.
8
By
a.m.
Jove, you have to be there. You have to be there by 8 o'clock. There was a call register.
Gen Zs can't relate to
No,
this.
they can't. I mean, speaking about Gen Zs can't relate. Again, they will say, I know people will say, "Oh, you don't have to suffer like that," but guess what? That is what forms character.
But that wasn't suffering. It was, you needed to learn something and you did everything that you needed to make sure you got that training. Simple.
But like I said, Gen Z would say that's suffering. That you don't have to suffer, you don't have to go through. Yes, but you know the funny thing, suffering is relative, or that training is relative. Everybody that is somebody must go through some form of training. It might not be as tough as other people's, but you must go through it.
Isn't that tough is relative?
Tough is relative
Yeah.
too. Yes. I mean, what are we doing for our kids? We're trying to make sure that the tough is not the tough they witness,
Yeah.
or the experience is not the tough we experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, was there a spark? No, necessity. And the
Necessity
need
gave
for
birth.
knowledge.
Need for knowledge.
Yeah. Give birth to.
How did you get into advertising? From animation? Because my question would have been, okay, has the plan always been advertising? But no, clearly not.
No.
How did you get here?
So the plan has always, it's always been about brands, right? And after Acumen, we dissolved Acumen, and
When? How many years did that last?
Acumen maybe lasted like 2-3 years.
2 years.
2 years, yeah. We dissolved Acumen, and then I joined another partnership
called Blue Labs.
So you've always been a partnership
Yes,
kind of
yes.
person.
Yes. Yes.
Have you ever tried to start anything by yourself?
No, I have businesses that I own.
Right.
Yeah.
By
but-
yourself.
Yeah, solo.
Okay.
But again, I'm a firm believer in partnership.
Okay.
I'm a very firm believer. How I live my life is based off partnerships. Because again, I'm not sorry to be spiritual or sound
Oh, no.
religious.
Please don't be.
The Bible says, one shall chase 1,000, two shall chase 10,000.
Right.
I believe in that principle. It's easier. Iron sharpeneth iron. The question is always ensure you have the right partner per phase of your life.
Okay, so I like that clause.
Yeah.
Per phase.
Yes.
So it's okay. You shouldn't beat yourself too much for having a partner at a certain phase.
Yeah.
Then when you move or life happens, it's possible that chapter ends and you find another partner.
Pretty much, partnerships can build you for another phase. Acumen built me for Blue Labs. Blue Labs built me for Ink. Ink built me for Imaginarium.
So we have 3 before getting to
To
Imaginarium.
Yes.
3 stages of partnership. Interesting.
That I learned so much from.
How long did that all 3 combined? How long did it last?
So Blue Labs was about 2-3 years. Ink was about 5 years, I think.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah. Imaginarium is my longest partnership. Imaginarium is now, I think, this should be our 11th year. Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
So the first one, 2 years. 2 years. 5 years.
Yeah. But the
Now-
funny thing, the second one was, so the first one was Acumen with 3 other guys. We
So
left
that's
completely.
4 of you.
Yeah. We dissolved completely. And I went into Blue Labs. There was 3 of us in Blue Labs. And then I and another friend in Blue Labs
Okay.
set up Ink.
Okay.
So I
You left
went,
the third
we
one out.
left, yes, we went, we were as in together because again, we were both aligned at that
Right.
time and we went to form
Okay,
Ink.
so 2 people from
Ink, yes.
then after Ink.
After Ink, I sold my stake in Ink. That was my first exit from a business, proper exit. Sold my stake in Ink, got cash, got enough, of which NDAs I can't disclose,
Yeah.
but it was good. It was a good payout for me.
Right.
Exited Ink and joined Imaginarium.
So you joined Imaginarium.
No, Imaginarium already
Or you
existed.
founded.
No. I give that, and that's why I said, as in finding the right partner. My present partner, I can't thank God enough for him. Right? Partnership is not easy, but at the time, I had the money to set up for myself and everything. But again, my principles is partnership. I would say I'm more of a partnership advocate than a creative advocate.
Okay.
I know you
That's
have
nice.
me. You have me sitting here talking about creative.
Yeah, because that's what we know you
Yes.
for.
Yes.
But you're more of a part. I'd really like to hear that because it's something a lot of people struggle with.
It's not easy. It's
So
not easy.
how have you thrived?
Well, it is the ultimate decision of, again, I would say it all depends on what your core value, both of you, or your core objective or your goal.
When I
When
met,
I met Koye
in a
in
random
a random
BBM,
BBM group back then.
BBM.
yeah,
Yeah. And
it was let's make money.
money.
So even when
when
we have challenges, right, our
right,
core
core
is
was,
okay. Let us set up
set up a driver for us to diversify into other businesses, which was Imaginarium. He was inviting me to come into Imaginarium. Imaginarium should be a driver for us to establish other businesses. So the core was, let us make sure that Imaginarium is doing great enough for us to diversify and have our time to ourselves. That is still our objective.
11 years later.
11 years later, as in how can we have enough time to ourselves? How do we ensure that we are self-sufficient, we are comfortable, right? And the businesses pay off. So as long as that's the core, even when there is an argument or when there is a disagreement and all, what is the objective? If the objective is same as what has always been, then we'll just align to whoever has the better.
Yeah, the superior
argument wins in line with our objective. That's it.
That's interesting. Okay, so how long had Imaginarium been before you joined?
I think that's something I never asked Corey.
Oh.
Maybe like 2. Maybe
okay, so, this is very interesting.
Maybe when you get him,
have you been running this guy?
Yeah,
this thing you want me in.
Funny because again, I know at that point in time he I think he needs to say his own story because
he's coming. I've just not been able to tie him down, but he's coming.
So I think I'm trying to remember. I don't know, but again, was it a full-fledged entity? No, I wouldn't think so because again, we had it was at the seed stage.
Right.
He had planted. I'm not going to say I planted. No, he was at the seed stage. Imagine was at the seed stage, early stages of the seed stage, right? And then we now needed together to water and cultivate.
To make something of it. So this advertising story.
Yes.
We were on our way there before we started talking about that.
Yes.
How did you, from animation, find your way to advertising?
So remember, from animation, we set up Acme, which was a hot shop studio, meaning hot shop studios are studios that assist larger organizations, like when they have too much work in terms of design and all. So I had to learn design.
Okay.
Yeah, so I learned design, and even whilst learning design, there's honorable mention to Michael Lance, and he taught me Corel Draw, and I taught him Photoshop at that time. Photoshop 5.0.
Interesting times.
So yeah, from there I picked up design.
Okay.
Wole Oyewo taught me how to understand design, simplicity in design, right? Wole Oyewo learned from I'm trying to remember his name, Sage. He used to be the MD of Shops, an advertising agency. He was a Benny Sage, yeah, that's his name. He's also an artist. He was a heavy influence on Wole's design style.
Okay.
Wole Oyewo's design style was a heavy influence on me. It was simple, classic. So I picked that up, and that's why I also now learned the whole idea of functional design. And now I'm off into my own. It has to be functional, whether it's messaging and all. Anyway, from there went on to Blue Labs. Blue Labs too was more of like a hot shop. But yes, every now and then we'll dabble into creating campaigns. When agencies couldn't deliver on campaigns, they'll call us in as a third party for the agency, and we'll deliver on the campaign, but the client never used to see us. Right? Then we started Ink Brand Agency, which was a brand agency. We looked at it and said, brand agencies have more longevity, really, in the real sense than advertising agencies. Because brand agencies, you're thinking the entire brand's lifespan.
Right.
Advertising agencies come in and go, but brand agency, I mean, look at Coca-Cola. Someone said, we'll start off with this bottle. Another time, they change the bottles design like that. Those are brand agency work, not advertising agency. I now crossed over to Imaginarium. Imaginarium was both
Both brand
and advertising. That's so it was in Imaginarium that I crossed over to proper advertising.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Were there learnings to take on, like right while you were there? Considering that um, all of your experiences before
With
really
branding.
hasn't been, yes.
Understand? So again, like I said, even in remember I said that we used to do a bit of advertising for agencies, right?
So
As
you were
third
familiar
party,
with
I
it.
was familiar with it.
Right.
So Imaginarium just gave now it was one-on-one as against being in the back, right? We're now at the forefront with the client doing as against doing it as the third party behind the scenes. I was now
So how easy was it for the team, the current team, in terms of acceptance? Like, so now a new partner has come into this. Probably had ideas of how you, the direction you, of course, aligned with your partner, but how was it with the team? Because you still needed the people to.
It was funny. No, there's as in if I recollect, as in I think he was going through a transition, so I don't think there was a. I think whatever team he had used, he had phased them out. So it was both of us starting a new team together.
Oh, right. I see.
Like I said, it was in the seed
Right. Okay,
stage. Yeah.
I get that now. I get that now. I get that. Okay. Can you remember any win, like your any win that was like the biggest for you that kind of felt bigger than a campaign? Your first creative win, and how long
It,
ago
it,
was
it-
that?
so we've had multiple wins, and
First one.
again, you
First.
said
If you
you,
can
yeah,
remember.
again, like I said, it will be hard for me to say it without calling out what makes it a win. What would I consider? So for each phrase, I would say I'll consider creative wins for each phrase because again, like I said, each phrase is different. But um, there was one particular one while in labs, right? And it had to do with the brand's Stanbic IBTC function.
Okay.
Yeah, so they had tried to hack um their launch campaign for a bit as pensions, and it wasn't working with the advertising agency. So they called us in, and we didn't have a contract with them. They just called us in to drop ideas. And before me with
On referral, right? Someone
yes, on
had
referral.
referred.
Yeah, yeah. From actually, guess what? From their corporate comms team of the Stanbic IBTC Bank.
Oh, had you done work for?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
So, but we're not on contract. And by the time we came in and tabled our ideas, they were like, you know what? These are the guys that should be the agency. It was the Rocos was so much that the advertising agency involved. The creative director had to fly in from South Africa.
Oh,
Yes, to enforce that their contract is with the global network agency, not. But anyway, they still said, okay, any which way we'll still execute that particular
with
campaign.
oh, wow.
We did for the success, and that was like a win then. But I didn't know the gravity of it till I now experienced the win in Imaginarium. Like we had a pitch, I mean, for Access Bank, came in Ghana, and it was such that at every point in time we had to always pitch because Access Bank has multiple agencies for every brief. We're pitching against each other.
Oh, so they don't run because brands usually would have agencies on retainer, long-term contract.
Yes,
So they have multiple agencies
agencies,
on
yes,
long-term
on long-term
contract.
contracts.
Oh,
So
right.
every brief comes in as challenge.
Oh,
Whoever, then,
interesting.
then in the early stages, and you won't quite tell you. So
Oh,
for Christ's sake, the one that the one of the ones that I remember vividly is the merger. for Access and Diamond, where we won that.
Oh,
So it was us who did all that.
right.
All that work about the merging and everything was us. So to say that we can compete against the more established
Right.
agencies or the generational agencies and still be able to hold our own, that for me.
Was there any learning that you are taking from the win at Stanford, considering that it really did cause a lot of drama?
Mhm.
Um, that you put that lesson in with what was going on with Access in your new agency to sort of reduce friction or to entirely avoid it while still staying true to what you were doing.
Don't be scared, number one. Like there's this saying Obama said, from there is statement Barack Obama made that, when you're on the outside and you see that he saw people in the Senate and everything, and you're like, oh, these are brilliant minds, until he got into the Senate and he was like, wow.
I remember that statement.
So mirror that. You come into any business space, you look at the top guys and you're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
The David and a Goliath
Yes,
situation.
trust me, right? There's something you have
Hmm.
that makes you, whatever that is, hold on to it. For us, it has always been functional. Again, remember I said I came from a line of both classic clean design,
Right.
functional design, functional messaging.
Right.
That is still the same
Hmm.
approach. So while other agencies probably beat around the bush and everything, I've always been that it went functional. How functional is it? And then being business owner, remember that I've always owned the business. I understand what the client wants to see, or whoever the client, whoever the decision maker wants
what
to
they're
see,
looking
the end goal for them.
Right.
Not leave the communication. What's the end?
Right.
And once we speak to that end goal,
Right. Hmm. Interesting. So first, you need to identify what is unique about you, because otherwise you cannot hone it. You can't hone it on it.
yeah.
So the work for founders or for anybody looking to build anything is you need to find that thing that you have.
That unique thing that is you, and stay true.
How did you find
people
yours?
say it's called find your spunk, right, or your spark,
The
and
spark.
stay true to.
So how did you find your? How did you know that was it for you? Was it feedback? Was it keep doing stuff and listen to what people are saying? What is it exactly?
Yes. So again, when you try it out and it works, we have this saying that you don't reinvent. You try not to reinvent the
The
wheel
wheel.
when it's working, and all in certain aspect, not technology. So again, tried it out, it worked. Tried it again. Over time, it has worked successfully.
So how do you deal with it as a creative person, especially? Doesn't that feel monotonous for you? Aren't there things you just want to try for the sake of it? Aren't there things going on in your head that you want to express and explore? How do you deal with, okay, this is what has always worked and I want to stay there? What happens to other forms of expression? How do you stay true to your creative side, but at the same time staying true to what works?
So again, in my statement about staying true to yourself, if let me put it this way, I'll give an example. Now, irrespective, irrespective of the expression, your core is your core.
That's if you are true to yourself.
Yes. So whatever it is, yes, you can try new expression, but then you still see your spin on that new expression.
Right. Right. That makes sense.
So it's about understanding, oh, this is so again, if I say functional messaging, if I say functional design, even if I decide to go on a different design trajectory, how is it functional to what I'm doing? I would ask those questions. How is the message functional to the audience? As against, oh, I'm not saying how does it resonate. I didn't use resonate to function now.
Okay. Help us differentiate.
Resonate can be that, oh, yeah, it clicked with me.
Vibes.
Yeah,
I'm feeling
I'm
it.
feeling it. Functional. It's answering that's
The pain point.
the pinpoint. Two different things.
I think that sort of answers the next question I would have asked you. Because it would have been, how do you connect strategy with your creativity? So you come up with a strategy. This is what we're trying to achieve. Then there's the creative side of bringing it out to people and communicating it to people and still looking at a certain understanding. But coming back to answering this thing.
Yeah.
So for every creative thing we do, you have to check, always check to see if it answers that. How do you know if it answers that? And this is especially for creative, where oftentimes it's I think it's subjective or objective
Creativity is subjective.
because it's how I receive it,
Yes,
right?
it's not enough.
So you're creating in your bubble.
Mhm.
For you, you think it's functional, it answers, but you put it out there. And do you have those moments where it's not exactly
Test cases.
okay? So how do you work that?
I love what we do at Imaginarium because we have different personalities and different people from all walks,
Right.
right? From
The team.
yeah, the team.
Right.
And there are times we've done work and we've called the janitor to
Right.
come and review. And the janitor was making correction and saying, no, this is not going to resonate.
I don't understand what you're
I don't understand what you're saying. So we always test.
Do you test outside of your team?
Yes, we do.
So how do you handle the because the tricky thing about it also is that it's not something
NDAs
that's
and
supposed to
everything.
go out.
Yeah, that's why you have trusted. Like again, you always have the trusted persons who will always tell you the truth and everything.
Right.
I mean, if I sent you something and I'm saying, oh, we're doing something for HMIs and everything, and I sent it to you, I don't expect you at your level to now say, oh, see,
You give it to Insta.
no, come on. So again, that's why
Right.
that's why you have your network.
Right.
At every again, remember, every place you have your network.
Right.
You have your people. You have your clan. You have your
Right.
you have your village. Right. So yeah, you test with them.
Okay. I think that answers it because oftentimes it's very especially and this happens a lot with creative people. Brainstorm, your sweat, your emotions, everything is all in it, and you really think, oh yes, they're going to get done. You put stuff out there and it feels like it's going over people's head.
Yeah.
Even the smartest people, and you're like, fuck, you of all people cannot relate.
Then
What's going on?
you rather dumb it down or you stay there at that level and wait for the audience to catch up. If you can find a brand that is willing to take that risk. I mean, Apple did it. Apple stayed at it came at a certain level, right? And we all gravitated towards it at the end of the day.
That takes a lot.
That takes a
of
lot.
spend.
Yeah, it takes a lot of not necessarily. So it's not about spend.
Okay.
It's about resolve. If you know where the Apple following is a cult following.
But something supports the resolve because if you're not making the money for so long, you're able to support
I'm sure some people will want to go and check if Apple broke even. You know, Steve Jobs took over immediately. Oh, take it again. There's the business side of things. I said, I was like, no, it's so no, it doesn't work like that. Right? Every new thing you see, everything needs to grow. There's a growth. See, in life, there are phases. Like it or not. There's the crawling stage, there's a walking stage, there's a running stage. And then when you go back, it always goes this way. That's life. Same thing with every business cycle. Yeah, business cycle. Again, not to sound the same, there's still the likes of Joseph story. 7 years of farming, 7 years of more.
Right.
Again, it just tells us life is in cycles. Right? Oh, I know the crowd for the audience is coming to this cycle.
Let me go and wait for
Let me
them.
wait there for them. By the time they gravitate, when they get to that cycle, right? You're meeting me there. I'm now an authority in that side.
Right.
I will make a gains there.
Right. So that brings me to mindsets. Right. It's about how you think and how you process these things. What mindset would you say has guided your approach to leading teams and brands?
What mindset?
Yes. Or values? I'd like to run things like Jay does.
So, how does your run things? Just about relationships
Mm.
and value add, value add.
Mm.
So for brands, at every point I'm sitting like across the table from and trying to find out what actual value can I add to the brand. When I'm sitting across my staff, I'm saying what value can I add? Personal, right? The career,
Right.
what value. So it's more for me, it's more about if you give value, right, in due time, the rewards will come.
Mm.
So that is how for everything I do, it's all about value. Every relationship I have is about with what value. I don't come first with what can I get.
Mm.
Right. And of course, after a while, if I see that I've put the value and then I'm not getting what I need to get, I would then demand that I get returns on the value.
Right.
And when I don't, peace.
So some people would argue that, oh, this is our country, Nigeria. Nobody cares about value. I do good work, this, that, but the whole place is crooked. It's really about, I mean, you mentioned relationships at first. I mean, these are narratives that
Yeah.
it's a man, no man. They're only giving their brothers, their sisters, their whatnot. How do you still stay true to to quality, not compromising on that, and still getting something out, and still maintaining, in short, not going crazy, keeping your mindset?
It's not for everybody. First things first. Some
Okay.
people have. I mean, everybody. We read this and say everybody. Nobody was born a leader. As in story. Some people have the ability to read.
Naturally.
To read.
Agree.
Some people have to learn it. Some people are not meant to read.
Right.
Um, there is. I heard Tony Cole, from one of the founders of Sahara, speak at one convention some years ago, over a decade ago, I think. I think it was on the platform. And he said, you would outgrow that stuff. Don't change who you are. I applied that to work, right? Oh, how do I stay true? I stay true to my art form, right? The same way as artists, right? You have maybe you want to sculpting, you have your style. Oh, but nobody likes the sculptures I do. I need to, maybe I need to dumb it down a bit, blah for people to now for me to be commercial. The two, you can go that route, it might work for you. Or you can stay true. There is an audience for everybody, there's a client for everybody. Somebody is out there that is not going to go the route of man. I want superiority. I want to see what value you bring to the table. And I've seen that happen for us with a lot of multinationals, a lot of foreign companies. Where, I mean, back in Inc., they were working with Dutchcom. Then they were the ones who brought Hisense back then. I mean, they're Lebanese guys and they didn't care about.
Oh, no.
There's nothing like corruption. No, it's what are you bringing to the freaking table? Can you deliver? So yes, and I see a lot of brands in Nigeria are similar. Yes, I think there's a point corruption can take you to.
Then you
Right?
have to
That you have to
deliver.
So why don't
Yeah.
you just focus on delivering? Yeah, you will lose some this time, yeah, but you would always come across sooner or later.
So what would you say to people who would be like, those are tough for people who are comfortable?
So I'm not
If
comfortable.
I'm relatively, if I don't know where my next meal is coming from, and you're saying I should stay true to my art form, and I haven't found, I will not look for what will earn me something first before I can do passion or staying true to something. I mean, these are decisions people are faced with every now and again.
I'll say
What do you
something.
say to
I'll
that?
say something that will probably cause some backlash.
Okay. I love it.
As long as the backlash is not on you. Um, explain to someone that for 1 year
Yeah.
didn't get paid as a young guy. With that was the initial.
But what was your support? You had support system. How were you feeling? How
So
was
I had
it?
a roof over my head,
Right.
right? My parents didn't give me money to go to work because they were like, "Why would you be working and not on a salary?"
So they didn't agree with it.
They didn't agree with it,
And they
but
didn't pull you out
they
of it.
didn't. That's said. I give them that, right? I hope you know what you're doing. I hope you know what you're doing, right? And I would leave my house for 1 year
Mm.
and go to from Maryland. Days I have some money, or days we get the token from the boss. I think, oh yeah, you guys are doing good today. Here's money for food, and we'll keep or I'll use that for transport.
So how are you feeling?
At the office, he used to give us lunch,
Okay.
right? Days, and it wasn't like standard.
It wasn't every day.
It wasn't every day. But we're speaking to someone that for a year, waking up early, going to work to go and learn, right? And more about again being hungry. Not be. There is a phase. See, if you're hungry, know that that's the phase you're in. But you stay true to it. They can go. I know it's going to fly over a lot of people's heads and say, oh, now you're comfortable. No, I wasn't born comfortable. I wasn't even from a privileged time.
This is well deserved.
Yes. And it's a long time coming.
Right.
For Christ's sakes. And it got to a point, and that's why I said I thank God for my parents, kind of parents I had. My mom was a teacher, my dad was an accountant. And before you knew it, at some point I had to now start chipping in. And when I started chipping in, the tables turned, the support became better.
Support from
them.
the parents. Oh.
The parents became better when I started chipping in.
Are you the first child?
I'm the last.
Of how many?
Of 7.
So that means you have way older people.
Yes.
And they weren't giving you pocket money. Most likely they were already working. You were 17.
Yeah.
Probably already had family.
Yeah.
No brothers or aunties giving you,
I
won't
sit down here and say, no aunties or no, we didn't do that. I won't sit down here and say my siblings didn't every now and then they did. Right, they did.
But it's not like that was what you depended on.
I didn't. I say, I would do the trek and I was used to it. Guess what? You have 10 naira. You trek from here to Yaba, get to tell the show, take 10 naira bus to Nuke, to Wire, drop out in Nuke. So all I needed at every point and then try and do my work as much as possible and see what time my boss was closing. My boss stayed in the village area. So I'll see if I can hitch a ride with him. I'll be extra nice to him.
And do everything you needed to do.
Hitch a ride with him. He wants to drop me at Maryland. He'll probably drop me at Anthony because he's just off.
Right.
Route. I knew what I wanted. I loved what I did. Again, I would always shoot for passion. Passion, as long as passion eventually pays. That's the honest truth. Passion eventually pays. Now, the part of where you now have to switch or commercialize your passion is a different story. But passion eventually pays. A lot of people are passionate, but they don't understand that at the stage you now have to make passion commercial. And if they can't learn that, they're always just going to keep complaining of saying things. Passion pays. There's somebody who's looking for whatever you do, whatever you enjoy doing.
So it's really about the staying power. And whatever
That's
strategy you need to put to help your staying power, it's entirely up to you.
Yes.
There's a formula for it. Find what works for you.
Listen, from why you're here, you're in media.
Yes.
Have you told your story about how you got into media and how you're still there? Because I followed you guys' story as in.
Well, I'm the one asking the question. You ask me. Can somebody Can somebody ask me so I can tell my story? Or maybe one day I'll sit there. That would be odd. I'll just sit down in front of the camera and say, today I want to tell my story.
Yeah.
You know? I can't.
Unless someone be off camera and ask you
I
the same
can't.
question.
I can't.
Because
I can't.
you as well, you have a lot, right? It's almost like that generation of our generation, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like we knew what we wanted. We didn't mind working hard or starving for it.
Yeah.
It's just how we were wired.
Why are things different now? It's because it's frustrating to us because we're having to employ everywhere I worked, I was a blessing
To them.
to my bosses.
Yeah.
Everywhere I worked, I still had a relationship
Yeah.
with my bosses. Everywhere I work, if I enter, sort of still a point of reference in one way or the other. And it was almost the same thing with the team. It's not like you didn't have unserious people
Mm-hmm.
at the time, but they were the minority. Now, the serious ones are the minority, and it's crazy. So, what did we do something wrong? Is it our generation that did something wrong
I think
in raising or
Yes.
or in even leading? The people we've worked with, did they lead us differently than how we are currently leading?
I think our parents or people before us. And when we say the people that are leading, I hope nobody now confuses it for government.
Oh no! When I say leading, I'm talking about founders. I'm
Founders.
talking about entrepreneurs because we worked with people as well. We worked with organizations, and there were some things that was a no.
Yeah.
You get into a place, you meet a certain culture, and you go with the flow, or you get out, right? But maybe when we started getting off and starting businesses,
Yeah.
was there a kind of culture? Did we want a lot of? I don't know. Where did it go wrong? You know?
I think it went wrong and back to the family values. How were you raised? You're always raised with the fact that come hard work pays.
Oh yes, you couldn't take certain
Couldn't
things
take-
without being questioned.
Um, and now we deviated from creative talk or partnership talk or business talk to family. Or anyway, I'll just drop this. We there's something about us. We grew up thinking we suffered. Some of us did suffer. Yeah. Right. And we don't want our kids to go through what we went through. Forgetting that what we went through is what
It's what
shaped
built us.
us to who we are today.
Right.
Now, when we take that decision, it has its effects on the kids. The generation that we're faced with now in the labor force is the generation that is not yet persevere.
But who raised them? It's not our generation.
It's a generation we were part of who that raised them. Because again,
We're siblings.
for them, we're siblings to them at one point in
Uncles
time,
and-
uncles and all. And I'm not saying that in that generation you won't see the outliers
Right.
there that are ready to do these things, right? But you see more of
Soft life.
the suffering. Again, like I said, backlash. I don't want any backlash.
I don't think funny, I don't think this is a backlash conversation. I think this is something that can spark a conversation for us to look back.
No, I don't think for that generation it's going to.
Oh,
it's
no,
going to they're going to be triggered by it. Now we have words like trigger. So they're going to be triggered by it. But the truth about it is, I think I read somewhere that if you want your kids to succeed in the next generation, raise them the way you were raised. Because the next generation is going to be a lot softer. If I'm
Yes.
talking about it, it's going to be a lot softer. So who's going to be able to take advantage?
So that's why we're having this conversation. This conversation is not necessarily for the guys that will be triggered. It's probably for us, which is why I asked the question that was there something we did in how we put our businesses together and the kind of culture that we've put in? Because we're the ones leading them in the workspace, at least. There are certain things that we indulge, there are certain things that we allow, there are certain things we tolerate that we wouldn't have gotten away with when we were being trained.
Because again, you remember the labor force, the talents are few. Now you would have to tolerate, say, an editor that is creative
With
or
a bad attitude.
disciplined, right? Because before you get an editor with his
Skill set.
skill set is 1 in 100.
So
we
what
tolerate
happened?
that
At
because
what point did we start having a depreciation in the pool of talents? Now, what went wrong there? Because I want to think it has
I
always
think it's
been like
it's not
that.
so I'm trying to say it's not actually about the workplace. The workplace is as neutral as possible. It's external influences
Influences.
outside the workplace, right? If you meet a friend, if you have a friend, I mean, when I started out, and people are going to laugh and say, I won't be shocked if I see comments like, well, this guy likes suffering. when when I That's year when I started working on learning the my art form and all. That was the year that um, internet fraud pretty much just started. So I had guys that stayed in the same community as I did. That
Who went that way?
Who went that way. They used to call me one name, too legit. Because I just can't.
So they were shaming you for
They will say, too legit, too legit, too legit. And all. And these guys were cleaning out. Right? Thank you.
So peer
Like I said,
pressure.
if I allowed that peer pressure, imagine I'm not earning a salary. I talk to my friend who is into some sort of internet fraud, or my neighbor who's a young guy and is always getting package from UPS or FedEx and selling and making a dime or more. And I said, oh, you know where I work? I'm not even getting a salary yet. I'm just learning. Can you borrow me 500 naira or 200 naira?
Yeah, you look at
You say, why are you doing this? Why? They're going to go where they're going to shout at you. Come, let me show you. I go to the office. I don't deliver that day. I get yelled at. I think about my life. Like, this thing, you're not even paying me. So I might as well go back. So we do have a lot of influences from the outside. It is not necessarily the workplace. It's not about how we set up. But we're doing all we know. We're not saying we know everything.
Right.
We're doing the best we know how to. The guys that we learned under, they did the best they knew at that point in time.
Sure.
And luckily for them, they didn't witness technology.
The technology and access. The fact that everything is now too available.
Too available.
Right.
They didn't witness all that.
Right.
I wonder how they would have reacted if they did.
So these are ripple impacts of technology, ease of information.
Yes.
Easy to even find your tribe, because then before you could even find random someone that will influence you in another way.
Yeah. Now you can even find someone that you've never met and it will be your influence.
Yeah.
And it will be in another part of the world. Then you needed it, as in, now we're talking about mentors and everybody's saying, oh, get a mentor. You can get a mentor that is in Australia and you never see her and you just see us chat. Then you needed a physical mentor.
So speaking of, let's speak to Mr. Too Legit. let's speak to Mr. Too Legit. Did you have moments of resistance? What was your first moment of resistance? Resistance to anything, or a big risk that you took?
Big risk.
Yeah.
Big risk I took was going out on a whim and leaving school and saying, hey,
Wait, you did that twice?
Yeah, I dropped out from Unilag. I didn't finish my.
Oh.
So, yeah, I don't have a degree.
You can stay back.
At that point in time, I was already adding value. My point was, we went to school. They told us you go to school.
Sure.
No, they tell you go to school. The typical trajectory process was you go to school, you get a degree, and get a job.
Right.
So my argument with them at that time, don't blame me, because but I have a job.
So what's the point of
What's
school?
the point of school? Especially when the school is not actually making it easy for me because I couldn't just stand typical things like, oh, you're coming to meet your course advisor to sign on your course form. He's going to be there for 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Remember, I'm now working, right? 9 o'clock, he's not there, he's chosen at 4.
So you're fine.
Yeah, and I go in to sign and he's telling me, go outside and wait. I'm like, I don't understand. You're paid, you're a lecturer, you're paid to be here for 9.
We're really professional.
Yes, so I was like, this is wrong. And that's as in I was doing my registration for my 4th year. When I
so they literally just pissed you off.
Yeah, and I just was like, no. As in, and I looked at the guy and I said, I said, I know I earn more than you.
You said that to him?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
We're both of to respect her. But I was in my head, I spoke to myself, but you even earn more than this. And possibly that this guy's offspring is going to work for you. Why are you taking those? I would rather go and deliver on my deliverables and ensure that I get my client paid than me sitting here. I've waited from 6 a.m.
Wow.
to pick up a tally because you have to join the queue and pick up a tally number and say, okay, good, who came here, what time, and all, and he's strolling in at 4 p.m. I was the only one now left waiting because I needed to sign my course form. And he tells me, get out. So you getting out? You just
came in
by 4 p.m.
So you had been waiting all day.
All day.
So in short, you had lost that what day?
I had taken time off, right? Yes, I had good partners. I had taken time off. That I'm going to leave this week.
So I remember. So at that time, it was your.
Oh yeah, I ran my own business. Yeah. But again, it was just that whole thing about professionalism. I don't understand. So, okay, why am I doing this again? Not necessary.
Now, your partners, were they also students?
No. So, it's funny. My partner then, Femi, I think, had a diploma. Yeah, that was it.
How old were you guys?
Okay.
This is very interesting. And you were already doing brand jobs.
Yeah. No. By the time I went back to Unilag, I was going in as adults. Just I was like 23, 24. Going back to school, so it wasn't as if I was.
But
when I decided to leave,
23 in Nigeria, you're still.
When I decided to leave Unilag, I think I was maybe 27.
Oh.
When I said I had to help this.
Right. Okay, so your parents were with this.
No, they couldn't. Like I said, I was already adding value. I'll pick up the tabs, I'll pay the rent every now and then. So
yeah. What did your siblings think about what you were doing? Or your decision to?
Again, it's funny. I look back now and I say I thank God for the kind of siblings I was blessed with. I think they just saw that I was on a different path. Everybody in my
they're all creative.
No, we're all creative, but everybody has a degree. I'm the only one without a degree. My mom was a teacher, for Christ's sake. Yes.
Wow. Okay, now that's a big resistance moment.
Yeah.
And they just let it be. They let it slide.
Well, yeah.
Would you let your kid drop out of school?
Yes. On the condition that they continue learning. I didn't stop learning. I'm not saying I didn't go for classes. Well, I didn't do the way. Oh, you have to be in the 4 walls of the university. And no.
I have been questioning. I've been questioning that of late.
Okay.
I just don't think I have I don't think I can follow through with the idea I have. The approach of learning that I think should be with my kids.
Why?
I do not how to live their life.
Oh, so you're one of those.
I won't be. I can't sit with you and make you my.
Homeschool.
That's not the kind of person I am.
To homeschool them.
Well, it would be a kind of homeschooling, but
Or a
not.
hybrid?
Yeah, I think I would want my kids to learn on the go. I want them to learn by traveling
Mm.
and learn. I feel everything they need to learn is all around them. I want them to learn based on interest.
Mm-hmm.
As the interest is coming, explore it.
Mm-hmm.
Go to places where those interests are dominant.
Mm-hmm.
See possibilities of what can happen and explore it. If you feel you are done with that and you have something new that is, then let's go. Let's explore it again. But they're too young for me to have them do that by themselves. Somebody will have to be there, and I'm also not ready to let go of myself.
It will be a beautiful way um to teach them. But there is still that they would also have to now be stable.
Right.
Like again, it's that thing of I would just say maybe I'm just wired with them because even at all this, oh, I'm not going to school. I still understand that I have to be stable at the same time,
Hmm.
right? I can't just
How do you mean stable?
okay. I learned an outcome
Right.
and I stayed in that within that outcome,
Right.
right? To create chance, create a place.
I wish I
So,
can hear you, Sha. Okay.
okay, position,
Right.
position
Right.
for myself, have
Right.
my own space within that art form.
Okay.
I didn't say because I wasn't going to school, I didn't want to be stable in any line.
Right.
I didn't just go, oh,
Oh no, no. But you know,
so
there's a time
there's a
for
time.
that.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm
At
saying.
some point, you settle down with
Trust me,
something.
if you take your kids and you go on a journey and the learning is good, trust me, the amount of knowledge that you get. Can we afford that? Again, number. We'll now settle with our own style of bureaucracy research, our wants,
Yeah.
not our needs. Now we're in the phase of our wants,
Right.
and so, but it will be a good one if you can.
I wish, but
And I like what you
it's
said.
still an
That
idea.
you're living your life as in real.
Yeah.
You know that thin line about
Yeah.
what is I need to live my life.
Yes.
These kids are gonna live me.
Yes.
Sooner or later they get married.
Very important.
When you call them and say, okay, good. Are you not going to come around? I'm in
busy.
Singapore at this moment and everything. And you, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's to be.
But then, I mean, for those who that's what they want, because for some people, they're able to do that. It's what they want to do. They're able to commit themselves to. I mean, you see mommagers, you see people who commit their lives to
Yeah.
their kids 100%. If that's your thing,
No. So for those guys, say that's a full-time job.
Yeah.
I respect them.
yeah,
I respect them, and I pray, and I keep praying for them that they don't get burnt
Mm.
in terms of as in the kids don't have their time, or I pray that they're building something to also occupy themselves when the kids leave.
I mean, if it's a full-time job, I mean, look at mommagers who are managing or the fathers who are managing their adult children, like their kids. That's the product. I mean, they're in their lives.
No. That's
They're in their
no.
lives.
So that's the business now.
Yeah.
That's a business. So hey, if your kid is say into sports and you're his
Yeah,
manager, you build a company around. That's different.
yeah, but
Because they
with
say I'm talking about people who have
dedicated
dedicated
their
themselves to the kids and without recourse to what's going to happen when the kid because kids like
they will live.
they will leave.
Yeah,
As in like every nest, you have to push
Yeah.
out your young ones
and they will go and form their own.
and form their own.
Yes,
What do you do when they're done?
and you don't want to feel empty.
You don't feel empty.
Mm. That's very important. Okay,
Back.
back to this. So let me see. With a lot of our conversations, we've answered a lot of the questions that
I'm glad.
I
So, you know,
but there are still things that we would need to discuss. So let me ask you this. What do you think it takes? What does it take to consistently lead a creative team to excellence? And the key word here is consistent. You have a team, you've built someone, they leave, a new person comes. The project that is coming that saw the last project does not care about whatever. Just being able to consistently churn out better quality set than the last, you know, with what goes on with operations or whatnot. How do you do that? Consistently delivering excellence without burning yourself out.
Without burning yourself out, you need to take breaks, definitely. Breaks are key. I think we misunderstood the Western culture when they used to go on vacation and think that it's only those who are wealthy that should go on vacation.
Did we misunderstand, or did we just say what was functional,
Mm.
or what was
No, we misunderstand
due to affordability?
because when I mean vacation, you can actually take a vacation in Nigeria. You can,
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you don't have to travel out,
right.
right? But you need to take time off work.
Well,
Switch off. There are three things, right? I'll say, maybe my mantra for that. Unlearn,
unlearn.
relearn,
Mhm.
repeat.
You see that first one? That's the hardest thing to do in this life.
Then,
Unlearn.
because for every, like you said, to make keep it consistent, right?
Right.
If you have, there has to be adaptability, and the only way you can adapt is learn new ways.
Mhm.
The world is changing, keeps changing, right? Unlearn your old ways.
Mhm.
Relearn whatever it is.
Mhm.
But as long as you're staying true to your objectives
Mhm.
and your spark,
Okay, so let's bring that to practical terms. So what's going on now? And how people are AI this, AI that, yeah. How would you put unlearn, relearn, and repeat? How do you put that to that context of what's going on?
so I've never been a technology for someone that started out with animation. I've never been a I never I don't usually embrace technology.
That's
I'm the
interesting.
type of person that will use a phone for what, 5 6 years, don't change. I don't care about what the future is. Like I said, functionality in terms of
Interesting.
communication, my friends for communicating. So that was for communication. Um, we say AI, we're in the era of AI.
Yeah.
We're not in the era of AI. We're
Okay.
in the
How?
era of prompts, right? And for you to prompt AI to deliver, you have to know what you're even looking for and how to deliver it. And if you didn't learn, or if you don't know your phone, how you can prompt? I use AI. I say I'm addicted to AI. Everything I do is very much AI. It's a tool to help me
Mm.
work more efficiently. It doesn't take over my thinking.
Mm.
So, but if you don't know anything and you think AI, what are you going to prompt it? So again, I had to learn how to prompt AI, and I saw that okay, good. Unlearn the fact that I had to do everything by myself. There's now a tool to help me cut my time, and if I can deliver on time and be more efficient, I can rest.
Okay.
I'll have more time to myself. So
Okay.
AI, what's AI doing for me? AI is really much cutting my time spent.
It's speeding you up.
Yeah, it's making me more efficient.
Right.
But I also have to know. You have to know what to prompt it with.
So that's what you're learning.
So, as in that's what I keep learning and trying to understand. Oh, the prompts, the prompts, the prompts, the prompts, the prompts, the prompts, the prompts. I could have said, oh no, 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 I'm not going to learn. This is the way we do things. This is how it must be done, and all. And I will stay in. I'll become a dinosaur
Right.
in whatever business I'm into.
Right.
But I unlearned what we did 20 years ago, or how the world was 20 years ago, not how it is now. So the ability to unlearn whatever I've learned so far, but hold on to the objectives of why I learned it and the goal, and then learn new ways. Can still help me meet. Remember, my objective hasn't changed. My goal hasn't changed.
It's a method.
It's the methods that have changed.
Okay. So with the speed with which technology is moving these days, right? Especially since the time of AI.
Mhm.
This unlearn, relearn, and repeat. It seems to be something that you would have to adapt quickly before you're even done relearning or learning the last one. There's already then it's like the time is really shrinking. And you can imagine what that is to people who are naturally who take their time to settle into something before. So what would be the advice to those kind of balancers? People who are not spontaneous, people who are not in an industry that supports spontaneity,
Yeah.
people who are not addicted to change or excited about, that things like that just easily disrupts or scatters them. How do they still stay true and they are not running obsolete systems because of how fast? Because okay, you've talked about fonts, right?
Yeah.
Um, Now we're talking about agentic AI, right? Which might still not be it's probably just one instruction and you're good. Because every other thing has been done, which is basically automation, right? They've just automated the
Automated, yeah.
systems of and they call it agents. I was like, yeah, we got it. They productized it
Yeah.
and called it agents. Then we'll soon start paying for agents, right? To run stuff, basic stuffs for us. Then we'll move to another whatever. There are different levels I can't remember right now. But it's happening so quickly. How what do you have to say to adapting to that, for the founder?
So there's something there's plus in partner on in the last partner I did in London business school. And it was more about innovation
Okay.
and adoption and uh, for the future.
Yes.
Right? We keep talking about innovation, innovation, innovation. It's not every English. Understanding language and understanding what your innovation or how far innovation goes in the industry was key.
Mm.
As a founder, understand that not every innovation that comes out that would disrupt the industry.
Mm.
Some will not affect the industry.
Yeah.
Knowing which one and then you learn, whatever you know, and learn that is what is key.
Mm. Okay.
Right? So yes, there are innovation across board, but it's not every innovation.
To identify what speaks to
Identify
you.
what speaks to your business.
Right.
I
Separate
would
yourself
do,
from business.
I would do AI, right? Because in my business, in my sector, advertising, and all it is key.
I think it has even come to hit advertising major right now.
I mean,
Like
you saw the
it
Adidas
came with
ad.
blazing
You
gun.
saw the Adidas ad that was
Yeah.
fully AI.
Yes.
Yeah. So again, I can't now sit on the sidewalk and then let's.
So as a creative agency, for example, especially with the latest GPT that because the way I see it now is big corporations, right? You will still always have a need for advertising agencies.
Yeah.
But the problem now is your future clients.
Mhm.
People who are supposed to grow into the need for maybe they can't afford to have their own advertising agency now, but the more the work, the bigger they get, they now need the services of. But because of the tools that are available now, where you can make a flyer like this, you now have AI models, you can now place stuff on them like this. Almost everything you need a creative for the thinking, the work. I can just look at a direction of what I want to do, feed the picture to it, show my product and say adapt. And just like that, I have it. I want an advertising. Oh, it's always been my dream to own an advertising agency. I think that's my dream going down the drain. What do you have to say to me as a founder? Like, do I still have my dream in the pipeline or I should just change course?
You definitely have your dream in the pipeline.
Tell me
Because
how.
one, remember, we're not, yes, we have AI
Right.
even thought process and helping us be more efficient. But advertising is not the computer. Advertising, humans.
Yes.
Humans have different nuances. Which
Yes.
AI
But you can still prompt.
never, except you know how to prompt. I'll give you an example. Tell my AI that if you want AI, right? You have a set of okay. There's this company that's trying to break through and deal with associations in terms of the SUSU or collection,
Okay.
revenue collection.
Okay.
Associations like the NURT.
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
okay, okay.
There's somewhere in West Africa.
Okay.
I won't say the name, but that's they're trying to break into all these kind of organizations,
Right.
all these informal organizations and everything. What is AI going to do for you there when you're doing content for that?
No. If
Tell me.
you need it, if you've already come up with it, because you still have to think.
Exactly.
You still have to
So
think.
that's what I'm saying. Since you know you still have to think.
Right.
Again, humans are different.
Right.
Cultures differ. Personalities differ. AI cannot totally wipe all that out.
Now you've done work across multiple markets, right?
Yes.
Across Africa. How do you learn?
People are different, but the need is still the same. The need is still the same. The need in terms of value, in terms of answering pain points,
Right.
is still the same, of course.
So the people are different. How does it affect your work?
Again, I think human, again, I think as much as we're different, we typically all just want the same thing. Want to live, want to feel comfortable. Again, they've standard needs that cuts across. So
what is the value of that variable of people are different? I mean, across. So you're doing something in Nigeria. Same thing you want to sell in, say, East Africa.
mm,
What's the importance of that variable of the difference in people?
see, it is everything in terms of even how you won't break it to them, how they understand it,
So how you communicate.
it to them. It's a big. Gone are the days where you want to adapt something from one market to the other, and
And you just change the language.
No.
Right.
So even in adapting for that person, that founder that is saying, "Oh, I want to start an agency," you can actually be one of the best agencies that adapt. You don't have to even start doing anything.
Everything from scratch.
It's like if you know the market you're playing in and you know how to adapt, but adapting to markets is a different ball game.
True.
Because you understand, so this is what you want to communicate to them. But how do you communicate it to them? This is what you communicated to another market, and this is the results you got. Okay, no problem. This is a different market.
How do we achieve the same or more?
Yeah.
And find the most effective way. I don't
So
know.
you will then understand. You then understand. You have to understand culture, their own nuance. Because yes, we're all black. We're Africans. I mean, even in Nigeria, the Igbo man's nuance is from the Yoruba man's nuances and everything. Their cultures are different. Their way of thinking, their way they really process information, totally different.
Yeah.
So even when we're adapting within Nigeria as a whole, you can't just change word for word.
Do that happens a lot?
It does. I'm not going to sit down here and say it doesn't. It does, but it's wrong.
Right.
Because again, there's certain things across it, and the only place that we've gotten it right when we're adapting, we don't adapt like that for the North. Everybody takes the North into serious consideration when you're adapting.
Yes.
Right?
Because they are very different.
They're very
and they stay true
to themselves. So again, they get that respect from communication. That you're just not going to just drop anything there.
Because they will react.
Yeah.
Or they will not even react.
They will not even react at all. So you have to really and that's what I like about the North actually.
Right.
Because when we're adopting, when we're doing advertising or content, we're like, what is it going to be for the North? They'll tell you, you can't say this. You can't do this. If you're speaking, no, it's different, right? It's the men that go to the market.
You can't even behave in this way.
But here you're like, oh yeah, I want to show, so I'm shooting an ad, and
The rest of us are very understanding.
Daddy is cooking.
See what?
Yeah, daddy will do the shopping and go to the market, but mommy will stay cook. So who are you advertising to, mommy or daddy? Yeah, that's daddy. The one that's going to the market to shop.
You have to change the higher.
Adaptability.
And AI won't do that for you.
Good luck.
AI will not do that for you.
So with the right again, knowing, see, AI won't do that
Yeah.
for you, but knowing the nuances, you'll be able to prompt. But if you don't know the nuances, so hey, this company from the West is coming into Nigeria and just say, adapt this to the North, adapt this to different regions. How is it going to work? You need people who are on ground, who understand, who can tell you that, no, this is not the right time for you to say this. There's a lot of, the quality is heated. Maybe we should hold off and say it this way. Right? Because little things like that. Those are nuances that you can't take away from.
Fair enough. So what do you hope the future of advertising will be like for Africa? For Nigeria, then Africa as a whole. Let me not be one of those that just pack all of us together as Africa.
Africa is very marketplace. It's like when we say electric cars, I mean, it's going to take a lot of world and everything. Yeah, but again, Africa is still going to be fossil for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't even have power to charge them. Let's
thing.
talk.
So same thing. Advertising is still going to grow. It's still growing, right? We have some very mature markets.
Still a long lifespan.
Yeah, very long lifespan. In sense that there's still mature markets are where South Africa, Nigeria, Ghana is not even cut off like that. A lot of West African countries are not as so. When we're talking about mature market, in the real sense of mature market, South African and taking it forth from. Yeah, you have the East African, the North African guys too who are doing quite a bit. But again, we haven't gotten to where the world is building.
I think we're even still far from because if we take Nigeria for example, even Nigeria is still
Nigeria eons away, but again, and if Nigeria and South Africa are they're leading in terms of what we are in advertising, that tells us a lot that we're still a whole lot. You wonder, I'm sure you'd be shocked if you went to Gambia and saw the kind of advertising and how they're communicating. You go to some other countries and they just, Facebook is the content for them at this moment. Meanwhile,
feels like you.
And
right.
I'll be shocked if someone tells me that, oh, high five.
I let you high five. Oh my god. Okay, so tell us about Life Award. First, what is Life Awards? Then what does it mean for you to have Life Awards at this point in the career?
Life Award is the platform that rewards creativity, owned by the Advertising Association in Nigeria, JPN, and it's the most prestigious in my own. Again, my bias, most prestigious. It's an award for us.
Are there other awards?
Yeah, there are other awards. There are other awards. Yes, most prestigious for the Nigerian advertising space.
Right.
Because remember, it's called an association of advertising
agencies
in Nigeria. So again, for our space, this award is created to reward creativity. Now we're expanding West Africa and hopefully we get the whole of Africa. What does it mean for me to lead the life of now? Funny enough, my tenure ends this year.
Oh.
Yeah, I came in.
How long was it?
3 years.
Great.
And it's shown me a lot about how to work with people. And again, you can't change everything, but you can change one thing. And I like the fact that it's coming at a point in time where my partner and I were diversifying from core advertising into other businesses. What does it mean for me to live the life of now? Funny enough, my tenure ends this year.
Oh.
Yeah, I came in
How long was it?
3 years.
Great.
And it's shown me a lot about how to work with people. And again, just to, you can't change everything, but you can change one thing. And I like the fact that it's coming at a point in time where my partner and I were diversifying from core advertising into other businesses. So it's almost like, hey, for me, I can tell my kids, this kid went in without any form of education, took a gamble on himself, was able to do something in the sector where he was in, to the point where he was able to now, as in, was identified and called upon to serve that sector without any formal education.
And the way that the society accepts
Accepted.
Right.
So for me, it's almost like there's a count to every effort, my journey, right? The journey of the count to it that someone has seen, people saw me worthy enough to say, you know what, come and add value there. That's what it is for me.
So if I was to map that to nation view, right? What would you say you've learned from believing that our recently, if you were to become the president of the nation? Because, and I'm taking that from what you said about not change everything. Um, how do you see the job of leading a nation? Haven't done that now. And especially because we're very quick to say, "Oh my God, they're useless, they're this, they're that,"
I can tell you that being president is not gonna be on my list.
You don't envy any president.
I don't envy any president. But that said, again, that's goals and objective. What do I want to be remembered for? Anyway, I would say for me, so when I got into life, I wanted to be remembered for putting in proper structure within the life of which pretty much I would say I have achieved 90%.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yes. Because again, structure in the sense that even the board that is going to come after me, they now have things they can leverage from to make better whatever I've done,
Fantastic.
right? Which I didn't see when I got in there. In time where other members of the board had been able to, yes, the organization to be structured, but again, I needed help.
A team.
Yeah. And we've done work at putting structure. The SOPs, you're not going to go in and say, oh, where is this, what's that? No, it's not structured.
Right.
Mission building. What I've learned the last 8 years. And with business generally, structure never fails you. Even in structure, routines are structures too. So they never fail. So in everything, build structure. When in doubt, it's a structure. The structure will save you.
Would you say structure is antagonistic to spontaneity?
Yes and no. That's a hard one. Yes and no. But it's not every spontaneity that is positive. You know that but at least there's something to work with.
Right.
And then you can improve upon.
Well, it's not a debate, but I hear you.
See, there's something. Imagine a void.
Right.
There's nothing. Where are you going to start?
So you can't vibes and inshallah your way.
You can't
Rely.
see, you can vibe and inshallah allow your way to in certain phases. But there's
Right.
going to come a time where you can't do that.
You have to show working.
You have to show workings. And okay, where there is a void, right? You can't create much. Even what you create is probably going to be a flash in the pan. But if you create structure and the next person comes in and builds on that structure, not destroy the structure, which is really what happens in our this thing, in Nigerian politics and all. If we can keep building from existing structures, right? Instead of destroying
And starting afresh
and starting
every
afresh
time.
every time, focus on the positive. Every structure has a positive and every structure has a negative.
Right.
We're not saying that sometimes, definitely sometimes the negative outweighs the positive, but remove the negative and replace that negative with your own structure. The positive, leave the positive.
Don't kill the
you don't
entire
kill
thing.
everything. So
Don't throw the baby
we
with the
keep going
bathwater.
around
In circles. I
without
agree.
making any progress.
I agree. So Jay, what would you like to be remembered for?
That I added value.
In life or business?
As an added value to everybody. Like I said earlier on, I value relationships. I like to remember that for everybody I've met, prospered with, and all that I added value. Good friends, value.
Good. Okay. Enough of the thinking. Fast and sharp. First thing that comes to your mind. Strategy or instinct? What wins? Don't think. Strategy or instinct? What wins?
I've seen where instinct has been a good one in a situation, right? But again, we must always have a strategy.
Jay, you didn't give me a diplomatic answer.
Strategy, right? At the bed, layered with instinct.
So,
Both, yeah.
okay. Most underrated African brand.
Most underrated African brand. Most underrated African brand. The Nigerian brand.
I really agree with that. I actually strongly agree with that. Okay. One campaign that still gives you chills.
Wasn't done by me.
Oh, okay. What campaign was that? Was it done in Nigeria though?
Yeah, it was done in Nigeria. You see, there are many campaigns that, as in,
They still blow your mind.
Blows my mind and everything. No. But if I wanted to be local, I don't photo.
Oh, yeah. Don't photo.
Time, relevance,
Yeah.
and how everything was worked. Who ever thought about getting somebody else's another brand's ambassador?
Actually, that was it.
Right. It was chilling.
Right.
And again, whilst that was good thinking, how he even communicated it, and you could see whoever directed that the commercial, you could see the joy in his eyes, even the suspense. So from everything, from how we started, how the tap on the feet, okay, good, what's going on there, and then the flips and he sings with so much joy and everything. So that is for me. That was as in it was timely, right? It was on time. It was in sync with our culture and our various sensitivities, and it was properly done.
I also think we also aren't used to that kind of advertising and lots around here. Advertising is a bit careful. We hardly go into Brands hardly sees each other.
Right.
This is not about falling out.
Yes, because again, we always think, oh, anytime we say, oh, brands, we're not daring. I mean, look at the Coke and Pepsi, how they go at each other. No, 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 no. That works for
But
them.
even those ones are not outrightly disrespectful.
They're not. No, no. Sometimes they do get disrespectful. But
Right.
again, they are liberal.
Right,
We are not a liberal society to that extent.
right.
So don't
Okay,
disrespect.
guys, stay in your lane now.
Stay in your lane. Say what again. I'm here. I've said everything about me. I've not criticized and I've not called another person's name. Why? Stay your freaking lane,
Yeah,
right? Say what you have to say.
yeah.
If you're going to add value, add value. You don't have to add value at the detriment of another person.
Right.
So that campaign, again, it was for. I mean, we clearly knew. Oh yeah. I need to be on this network,
Yeah.
right? But they didn't call out other networks. Oh, it was smart. You
Maybe
knew
still
the
somebody's ambassador.
ambassador, yeah. But they didn't call. Again, it was an individual thing. He was just singing a song at the end of the day. You're looking at his character and you're like, oh my god. I can see what is happening. He was singing a song.
He was.
He was singing. Huh? Did he call names? He didn't call names, no.
Oh no! You can't win his argument. But
He didn't call names.
okay.
It was well done.
Okay.
See, as in, he sang the song.
Right.
He's worn a different attire.
A very recognizable, identifiable
face, and he's smiling and he's happy, right? He's left you guys to do the addition and subtraction.
Yeah, go figure.
Go figure it. So yes,
Right.
that's one.
Okay, I think that was a winner.
Yeah.
It was nice to also reminisce. So complete this sentence. In this industry, if you don't dash, you'll fail.
If you don't evolve,
Evolve. Okay. One mistake that made you better.
one mistake that made me better. Okay. That's a hard one. Because again,
It was a total mistake, but then in hindsight, almost thank God. If it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't have been this. Or I wouldn't have been on my path
Okay.
to this.
so me taking a decision to, and I'm not telling anybody to drop out of school, but me taking that decision.
Do you think it was a mistake? Did you ever think it was a mistake? At some point.
There are sometimes I felt like, you know what, at the time where it was mandatory for you to have a degree to work anywhere, right? Remember, I
Were
had
you
my
working
stuff.
anyway?
Yeah. Well, guess what? You know, there are times in your entrepreneurship journey that you're like, you want to train the Torah, and you're like, let me train the Torah and just go and get it.
You didn't have an option.
I didn't have an option.
You didn't
Hell no.
option. Interesting. I can imagine. I think
So
I can imagine that
Yeah.
because I never corrected myself this for my university.
We can do
I
that.
don't no, I don't remember my diploma. I don't remember anything.
No,
I don't have anything. I know I went to Norway. I don't have anything that, and I don't want to do it. And the person that would have helped me on now, she's no more. So I've just forgotten about. In fact, it's probably one of the things that made me think, well, I'm never going to that far. Anything that is going to ask for my certificate, forget about it. And
No,
I just closed that door.
No, but you can still jump out. Let's be serious. You can still jump out. There are different
Well,
levels to this.
I don't want to.
There are different levels to
take
this.
time.
There are different levels to Japan. You can't again, and that's where I believe in grace as well. Again in everything we do, there's still the God factor
Yeah,
in it,
100.
right? the difference in our level of Japan is that we're not going to go and start. You can't get in at the bottom.
At the bottom.
You have to go in at
Yeah.
the top.
So at a time,
Yeah.
I thought of it, and anything I was going to. Except I'm
Except
Except
but
I have to
in an environment where your years of experience counts,
Yeah.
that's the difference. I probably wouldn't have been able to get a job here.
Yeah. True.
But
Wouldn't have been able
abroad, yeah,
But-
abroad.
In your organization, do you request people's certificates? Do you?
We request that you at least for whatever your the certain roles that yes we do need.
So you present your certificate.
Present your certificate for those roles, and there's certain roles that we can see that let's see your portfolio.
Right.
We're judged by your portfolio.
Right.
Right. The same way we have different careers. There's some careers that you do need to go to school for. I don't care.
Medical.
You can't use experience. You're not going to let a doctor come and be struggling up. It's someone that says, "Oh, I just learned two vibes and inshallah."
We always ask for the certificate. We just trust that that's it.
Trust that the institution that their weight
Yes.
has requested for that and has checked that
Yeah.
they are in the trade.
We don't request for it.
New organization. That's fine. That's fine. Again, that's let me see.
Yeah.
Unlearn, we learn. I hope to
Right.
learn that. Right. Again, like I said, certain roles we require certificate.
Yeah.
Certain roles we just want to see a portfolio. The more creative roles
Yeah.
require your
So
portfolio.
interestingly, even for roles that are not creative for us, so there are certain soft skills that are important to us
Yeah.
beyond whatever it is that you have in that certificate. Because we've had people who have MSc.
Oh no! So it's really funny thing. In my organization, trust me, we have people who are not graduates. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't graduate. Why would
Yeah.
I put? But I'm saying that again, they're certain, and I've had people who have changed careers, came in as one thing and switched.
Oh, yeah.
I've had a janitor who came in and turned into a barista.
Oh, we've had a lot of things.
So again, like I keep saying, as long as there's a value that you can add.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful. I think it's been a very. So, how did you find the session? Oh, I need breaks. I need this. We're just gisting. Thank you so much.
With all the tough questions they're firing at you.
Thank you so much for sharing and sharing so freely. I feel like I've not gotten everything I want out of you. So we still come back at some point. And at that time, we're going to explore bigger stuff. We didn't talk about a lot of things. Play for. Even though we talked a little bit about design, we didn't talk about interior design. There's so many things we didn't talk about. We didn't go into all the businesses that you're now doing. We didn't talk about your love for cigar.
Yeah.
So you see, we need to have Jay back. I hope you come and you make it easier.
Yeah.
Or life will make it easier because you're a very busy man. So we have a tradition on the podcast where the last guest will leave a question for the next guest and leave a word for you to also interpret. So the word from our last guest is intentionality. What does intentionality mean to you?
Staying true to my goal.
Staying true to your goal.
Be respectful.
Irrespective of anything. That's hard. Are there tips to help people do that?
Get tips to help people do it staying power.
No, you find it. Right. Okay. So the question here is, how do you pay forward a favor? This is multiple questions around. I don't read the questions, so I read it when. It says, how do you pay forward a favor? Name one favor you would like to pay forward and how you intend to pay it forward.
How do you pay forward
A favor. Name one favor you'd like to pay forward, and how do you intend to pay it forward?
So, how do you take this forward? Well, it's pretty much for me. It's my own interpretation of that. The answer I give is um, impacting the next generation or some generations around the world. How am I doing it? A couple of steps with their faith.
Mm.
But I don't really have
Mm.
kids. Or I give, and I don't give out of plenty.
Mm.
And I give because one, especially when I come across people who have been on the same journey that I've been,
Mm.
or at a place I've passed, a phase I've passed, and I see them struggling. I understand when I was there, if I had this kind of assistance, then life would have been a lot easier. I identify people like that, genuine people who are genuine and just kind of put this attention.
So do you identify them on individually or as through a body, through an organization, through an NGO, or through a church, random?
Whereas food bodies, food churches, even in the office space, in the workplace, in the
Fantastic. That's beautiful. Well done, and thank you for doing that. So it's your turn to go for question and a word for our next guest. And while you're at it, you wrap up the podcast by sharing a word or a proverb or a phrase
you told me this
about your
before.
philosophy
About my philosophy.
on life, but in a local language.
In the local language. don't let me insult my tribe here, please.
What tribe are you, by the way?
I'm Igbo, and
Do you speak Igbo?
no, I don't speak Igbo.
What
Everybody,
local language do you speak?
no,
None.
that's bad.
You only
No.
speak English.
I use okay, so rudimentally I speak Yoruba and Igbo.
Okay.
When you practice,
So,
you don't speak
but do you understand both languages
Yes, I do.
very well?
very well. Very
You
well.
just don't speak it very well. So, is it possible to put together something in any of those languages?
Because if I did, I would probably say something totally different.
Okay, so we'll hear it in English. It'll be nice to hear your philosophy. To be Mike Sha.
So this is going to be I'm sure you're going to probably going to because when you say it in Igbo language, it's it's different, and saying it in English, it's totally. I hope you don't do.
Let's see, so we can hear it. We won't bleep it.
Some my mom said something
Okay.
which has been a big um key thing, and I hold on to it. God rest her soul. Um, she always used to say it, but from the smell of your fart, or from the smell of a fart, you can tell what the excreta will be like.
What does that mean like that?
What does it mean to you?
And the one asking the question is
Well, what's in
I think it speaks to patterns in people, in things.
trust pattern?
So is that's an evil addict, right?
She always said it in Igbo.
In evil, right? Because there's a Yoruba addict that I usually say I can't even remember where I heard it from, but I use it a lot, especially with arty.
Mm-hmm.
Like it says Omotoba Enitoba Furo Umajana. Enitoba
Pattern.
Jalima Fanyu.
Pattern.
And for me, if evil speaks more than pattern, it speaks to capacity. So if I like the effects it has on people when I say it to them. Maybe you just do something off and white line. And I say you have the capacity to do. What have I done? It's capacity. If you can do that, it means you can do this given the right conditions.
Condition, yeah.
And given the right conditions again, you go mile.
Wow, yeah.
So is that what it means?
Yeah, pretty much. Somewhere. It's
What
happening.
effect has it had on you?
In business.
Hmm.
In business, you can tell grade. For instance,
Hmm.
should I be in business with this person? Right? If the person doesn't care for his family, should I be? I mean, the Italians also have that saying that, oh, okay, good. If you want to do business, look at the person's family. You know, from where I come from, we say, oh, if you want to know how worthy a man is, look at his listen, his wife. And again, it's all these things about patterns. I want to do business with you. Oh, okay, then if you can lie to your partner, then
Who am I?
who am I? You're not lie to.
Right. So while you think you're being smart, it's really telling.
Yeah. That tomorrow I'll be the one. So if I meet you for the first time and the first thing you're doing is gossiping about other people, tomorrow it will be my turn.
Yeah. That's exactly how you guessed it about me.
So from the smell of the fact, I can tell.
That's powerful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Now we await your question. And
Which I would write
yes.
offline because you don't read it. You don't read it
Yes.
till the next.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
sure.
That's the end of the show. Thank you for
very
coming.
much.
And that was Jay Chukwuemeka giving us a masterclass on intentionality, teaching us about resilience and staying true to passion, staying true to your creativity, and adapting all at the same time. Now, what will you be doing with what you have in your hands? What are you staying true to? What are you seeing through with your business? Remember, it's real stories, it's real strategy, and it's real successes. That is exactly how empires get built. And this has been Idea to Empire.